So here's a debate between Destiny and Cenk Uyghur, and it wasn't really much of a contest. Check it out.
If someone came and took some of your land and occupied you and said, okay, now look, I'm giving you 22% of your own home, but you're imprisoned there, would you grab that gun and do something about it? Or will you say, yes, sir, I will accept my occupation and I will accept any peace deal you give me, sir?
I would take my gun and I would fight to the death to protect my land.
Okay, great.
But that's not what we're talking about here. You're talking about your great-grandfather losing his house, grabbing a shotgun, and then going to kill people that live there that weren't even alive when he lost it. We need to understand that what we're talking about here isn't an occupation that started yesterday or 5 years ago or even 30 years ago. We're talking about a conflict that started arguably in 1881, escalated heavily in the early 1900s, and then exploded it from 47 to 49 essentially, when the Civil War and then the War of Independence started. The Jewish people fought, they won, and now we're dealing with the consequences of that ever since. But we have to acknowledge that at some point in time, the fighting has to stop. Because with what you're saying now, that they have a right to fight against their occupation, the people that use that ideology, those people aren't fighting for a two-state solution. Those people are fighting for a one-state solution. So at some point, we need to say, listen, we had a righteous cause, and unfortunately, we lost. Same as Ukraine and Russia today. If Russia manages to hold Crimea and their land bridge, and they peel off the Donbass, and they peel off Crimea, you know what? It sucks, but unfortunately, at some point, you just say, all right, the fighting stops. 100 years from now, Ukraine can't reinvade that peninsula. That's just unfortunately the way that it works, unless we want to justify either one, infinite conflict, or two, tell Israel, listen, Israel, since these guys are basically infinitely justified to fight you, you kind of have to either close all of them or them, because those are the only options that you're leaving on the table when you make those kinds of statements.
So, okay, so I definitely agree with some of the points he made. Destiny is obviously trying to appeal to Cenk's anti-Israel side, saying, listen, I know you hate Israel, but if this continues, Palestinians aren't going anywhere. The only option is to sort of lay down their arms, try to figure out a two-state solution. Obviously, I'm against that. I don't think that will ever happen, or there'll ever be a partner on the other side that's willing to really, truly have a two-state solution. It's just one more step to do something very, very bad to Jews and destroy the Jewish state. For more, subscribe to this channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. We recently got demonetized, so every dollar helps. Hopefully we'll be remonetized and back into the YouTube partner program very soon.